welcome to the 7 o'clock English news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. More than 18,700 citizens are employed in the public and private sectors until the end of last June. The National Data Strategy Workshop in Muscat focuses on developing an integrated regulatory framework to manage and enable the exchange of data. And Israeli troops killed 2 Palestinians in the occupied West Bank today in the first deadly raid in Jericho area. Those are the headlines, and now the news in detail. The Minister of Labour announced the achievement of 53% of the total employment and replacement planned for the second quarter of this year. The total number of jobs in the government and private sectors reached 18,716 for the first time until the end of last June, including 9,169 jobs in the government sector, with a completion rate of 92% and 7,399 jobs in the private sector with an achievement rate of 46%. The minister stated that the number of training opportunities associated with the replacement and employment amounted to 611 opportunities in the government sector with a completion rate of 31%, while the number in the private sector amounted to 1,537 opportunities with a completion rate of 22%. The ministry also stated that the number of people enrolled in the self-employment initiative reached 941. The National Center for Statistics and Information held today a workshop to familiarize all stakeholders of the National Data Strategy. More details in the following report.
To acquaint various stakeholders from the government units with the National Data Strategy and its importance in maximizing the use of data in multiple sectors, thus enabling appropriate decision-making, the National Center for Statistics and Information held a workshop on the National Data Strategy.
The objective of this workshop is coming by after the publish of the strategy or data strategy in Oman. So today we are going to discuss with our stakeholder in Oman the way to apply or the implementation of this strategy. Based on this strategy, this will enhance all the organization in Oman to develop and also use this strategy to publish their data, as well as to give him also opportunities to organize and classify their data inside of each ministries or company.
The workshop touched on the appropriate mechanisms allowing data exchange to increase the productivity of the administrative apparatus units, other legal persons and governmental companies, and raise the efficiency of the services associated with the utilities and basic services pertaining to citizens, expats, and businessmen.
As National Records and Archives Authority, we are contributing in multiple areas. So we have the Records and Archive Law, which is including multiple or many clauses that impacting the management and the usage of the data. In addition to that, National Records and Archives Authority releases multiple policies that also governing the use of the data and the information, and direct the employees in the government entities in how to manage and how to classify the information and the data and the records in their government entities.
The event also highlighted the importance of the strategy in boosting the economic, social, cultural, and developmental benefits of data, as well as in establishing an ecosystem conducive to smart solutions. صالح بن خلفان الرحبي, Sultanate of Oman Television, Muscat.
Now for some international news, Israeli troops killed 2 Palestinians in the occupied West Bank today in the first deadly raid in the Jericho area for months. The Palestinian Health Ministry said the 2 Palestinians were shot in the chest by Israeli forces during an attack on Jericho at dawn today. It was the first deadly raid since May the 1st on Jericho, an ancient city in the Jordan Valley, which lies near the Dead Sea. The United States of America announced yesterday that it will send Ukraine new security assistance valued at $200 million, including air defense, munitions, artillery rounds, and additional mine clearing equipment. The assistance will also include anti-armor capabilities, according to the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken. At least 35 people were killed and 80 had been injured in an explosion that created a huge fireball at the fuel station in Russia's remote Caucasus Republic of Dagestan. The explosion in the city of Makhachkala happened at a fuel station after a fire broke out. The regional branch of the investigative committee, which probes major incidents, announced on social media. The committee said the fire occurred during a car maintenance work, followed by a bang, as a result of which people were injured and died, adding that nearby buildings and cars were damaged. Nearly 900 flights in Japanese airports were cancelled and 240,000 people were ordered to move to safety as a slow-moving typhoon made landfall early today, cutting off power to tens of thousands of homes. Typhoon Lan, approaching from the Pacific Ocean, made landfall at the southern tip of Wakayama Prefecture, some 400 kilometers southwest of Tokyo, lashing much of central and western Japan with heavy rain and powerful winds. Authorities issued flood and landslide warnings and some tornadoes formed. Authorities said they had set up evacuation centers in safe buildings and high grounds for residents across 11 prefectures whom the Fire and Disaster Management Agency helped to seek shelter. Besides the disruption of flights, dangerous rain, wind forced the closure of some roads and the suspension of dozens of train services. The National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, said that July 2023 was the hottest since 1880. The agency further projects that next year, July will be hotter still. In a statement, NASA indicated that July 2023 was 0.24 degrees Celsius warmer than any other July in NASA's record, which goes back to 1880, and 1.18 degrees Celsius warmer than the average July temperature between 1951 and 1980. NASA warned that such rising temperatures are worth worrying about because they create the perfect conditions for severe natural disasters such as drought, cyclones, and wildfires. Still to come, a news bulletin. The activities of Wusta Summer 2023 continue amid a huge turnout of visitors. Welcome back to the news from the Sultan of Oman television. Now back in the Sultanate, as a first of its kind in the Sultan of Oman, Arab Bank launched its new project or program, Ruwad Al-Arabi, for leadership development. More details in the following report.
To build ambitious leaders and experts who seek continuous development of their managerial skills, Oman Arab Bank launched its new program, Ruwad Al-Arabi for Leadership Development, as a first of its kind in the Sultanate of Oman, in association with Harvard Business Publishing Corporate Learning.
This is a leadership training program, and this program is done together with Harvard Business School, Harvard Mentor Program, it's called. And this program is meant to unleash the potential of leadership skills in the participants. And this program is for 6 months. The program has different modules, and one of the very important aspects of this program is that we have participants from Oman Arab Bank who are, because as a CEO of Oman Arab Bank, we aim to cultivate and to unleash the potential of leaders at all levels in the bank and create leaders at each and every level of the bank.
The program will provide more than 42 different topics dealing with various management and leadership-based matters for employees of the bank, alongside of several employees from governmental entities and partners of the bank. Additionally, the program will rely on a comprehensive curriculum that covers a wide range of different topics, starting with strategic thinking, decision-making to interpersonal skills and effective communication. Activities of this program will include interactive exercises, practical simulations, and even group discussions.
We're here today to launch the event with Oman Arab Bank for the Leadership Development Programme, and we are thrilled to be here. So when we work with clients across the Middle East and across the world, it's really understanding their strategic priorities, business priorities, the objectives, and where they are wanting to go to, and really having that partnership together. So we've been working together for a while now, and we're really looking forward to having this launch. So really being able to work with and build all leaders throughout the whole organisation. So really having that whole cascade approach. So we're really being able to build the learning and the impact throughout the organisation.
It's noteworthy to mention that the Ruwad Al Arabi for Leadership program will provide participants with a paid work experience aimed at developing their knowledge and providing them with practical skills and capabilities, all to qualify them to compete in the labour market and play a greater role in building the national economy in line with updated leadership practices and technical workforce changes.
The Civil Defence and Ambulance Authority continued its efforts and services to all visitors and residents of the Governorate of Dhofar during Khareef season. The authority redeployed its forces along the roads leading to the Governorate of Dhofar from Al-Dakhiliya, Al-Lahira and Al-Wusta Governorate to respond fast to any report or call. The mobilization of fire, ambulance and other rapid vehicles at strategic locations on the roads to seek to respond to any report of accidents to provide first aid and rescue services. The activities of Al-Wusta Summer 2023 continues amid a huge turnout of visitors from inside and outside the Sultanate of Oman. More details in the following report.
Since its inauguration on the 19th of July, the activities of Al-Wusta Summer 2023 continue to attract various segments of society. At the main station of the event in the Wilaya of Haima, a host of cultural, entertainment and service programs are presented, especially for visitors heading to the Governorate of Dhofar.
Al-Wusta Summer activities 2023 started from 19th of July. We target visitors from outside the governorate, especially who is going to the Dhofar governorate for the Khareef seasons, and the station through which they learn about the governorate heritage.
The visitors get acquainted with the distinguished cultural heritage of Al-Wusta Governorate. The exhibition features different corners for government institutions, offering services and guidance on relevant matters. Productive families and artisans showcase various traditional products. Stage events and other activities are also held for children.
In this corner, we provide visitors with information about the importance of protecting the environment and natural resources. We also give them seedlings of wild trees and eco-friendly bags.
Wusta summer is very important to show their abilities for handcrafts and family productive and small and medium companies as well. Last time I remember 1 week they came from UK, some people, and they were very happy to see the traditional food, the traditional handcrafts.
On a daily basis, tourists, visitors and residents flock to the Al Wusta summer to enjoy the cultural, social and entertainment activities. So far, more than 16,000 people visited the event. The activities of Al Wusta Summer 2023 will continue until the 31st of August, forming a hub for visitors to explore the touristic attractions in the governorate. صالح بخلفان الرحبي، ولاية وفهيمة الوسطى Governorate.
Watching this on Oman television, before tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. More than 18,700 citizens are employed in the public and private sectors until the end of last June. The National Data Strategy Workshop in Muscat focuses on developing an integrated regulatory framework to manage and enable the exchange of data. And Israeli troops killed 2 Palestinians in the occupied West Bank today in the first deadly raid in the Jericho area. And with that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin from overseas newsroom and the studios. Good night.